Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Great. Now my story is not going to be quite as funny as everyone else's, but hopefully you'll be inspired with the road that I walked. My name is Marie Walty. I grew up in Orange County. I'm a corporate accountant by trade. I went to UC Berkeley, studied business, graduated with high honors from the Haas School of Business, and replicated the same success in the business world. I climbed the ranks, and 20 years in, I found myself as the director of finance for an oil company. And with every jump in pay and every jump in title, I gave up a lot more of my time. And that became kind of an issue as I added family to my life. It wasn't such a big deal when it was just me, but when I added a husband and kids, I really struggled with that. I really struggled with the fact that my family paid the price for my career. My kids were the first to be dropped off at Montessori school and the last kids to be picked up. And I scrambled to get food on the table, to get them bathed and in bed so that I could start my second shift of work. I really struggled with that. But I also struggled with the fact of starting over. The thought of scrapping what I had achieved in my career and starting over and finding out what I'd really like to do that would have some sort of work-life balance, which people talk about that, but I had no idea what that looked like. That all scared me, and I let fear kind of get the best of me. And I just hung on to status quo for a very long time. And then life happened. They say that life happens when you're busy making other plans, and that was certainly true in my case. In January of 2014, my brother-in-law Michael, so my sister's husband, was diagnosed with glioblastoma, which is a fatal form of brain cancer. If you Google it, the top two words that come up are death sentence. So we as a family stood broken at the path that we had ahead, but we were hopeful and we prayed for the best outcome. And lo and behold, I continued to work this crazy job alongside watching a life slip away. But what did I do? I did nothing. I watched his life slip away, but I still continued to live in fear, and I still continued to log the hours. But I was pretty invested, so I literally went from my job to my sister's house at night to take care of my brother-in-law. And I would literally hand feed him and think about what I really wanted out of life, but I did nothing. And then tragedy number 2 happened. A good friend of mine passed away. He had a sudden heart attack. There was no notice given, and that changed everything. I sat with his widowed wife the night that he died, and I came home and I told my husband that there was something incredibly urgent about life. And I quit my job 2 days later. I had no plan, but my husband supported my decision. There was just something in my gut, and the only word that I could utter was urgent. And that word became so powerful in my life, because little did I know that a third tragedy was about to happen. Another one of my sister's husbands started to fall ill. At first we thought it was nothing, but it turned out to be something very big, very fast. 2 weeks after Michael, my first brother-in-law, passed away, Brian was diagnosed with glioblastoma, the same death sentence of a diagnosis as the first brother-in-law. I knew that God had made me available so I could help my sister and my brother-in-law in this new path. We literally didn't even have time to grieve the first loss, and we were putting our rally caps on for the second. Judy and Brian owned a busy restaurant in downtown Santa Ana, and I was available. We didn't talk pay, we didn't talk anything. I just knew they needed my help, so I showed up every day. Sorry, I look at Mindy who works there. I walked alongside them, but I wondered, God, what's my path look like? What do you have for me? And literally Rodan and Fields was an answered prayer I didn't know. I mean, I'd given up this pretty well-paying corporate job. Thankfully I have a fantastic husband who was super supportive and willing to carry the burden. And Rodan and Fields fell into view. I saw a couple posts by a friend, and I knew that was it. I knew who those doctors were. I used Proactive. Nobody had to explain it to me. I called her and I asked, how does this thing work? And she said, well, you can buy a kit. And literally, in my business, bells went off, and I said, $1,000 to start a business, and have exclusive rights? I'm in. What do I do? Yay! And I was running my sister's business, and let me tell you, restaurants, they're hard work, I'm like, this risk-free, no employee thing, this is insane that I would have this as an option. So what has Rodan and Fields done for me? It's allowed me to walk alongside my family through a really hard time. I've carried their restaurant. Up until the end of Brian's life, I spent every moment with him. I'm the mom that I always wanted to be. I pick my kids up from school. I do homework. My daughter's in soccer. All these things that I wondered in corporate America, how the heck am I going to do that? How does that fit? It fits now. I will tell you that my daughter, when she started kindergarten and I started picking her up, and she was used to being the kid that was picked out last, for the first few months she kissed my arms up and down. She knew that something had changed and her mom was available, and it changed everything. I will tell you a few things that this opportunity has done for me besides provide an income. One, it's made first things first. I will tell you, I've watched 3 people pass away. I've given 2 eulogies in a year's time. Nothing compares to time. There's no amount of wealth and material possessions that matter. Time matters. Brian was 43 years old and he's gone. He left behind my sister and a 12-year-old son. Time matters. It's given me time to put my family first. It's huge, guys. There's no other opportunity that allows you to do that. Jobs, you have to put the job first to get paid. So that's number 1. Number 2, I've learned things about myself I had no idea were possible. Strengths I didn't know I had. I see myself in a totally different light. I know my story matters. I'm not comfortable up here sharing it. I'm a corporate accountant. I'm not a public speaker. But I know it's meant to be shared. I know people need to hear the story that there's hope in the midst of hopeless situations. And so I know that my purpose in life is to connect with people, and this has been my vehicle. Whether someone needs skincare or not, it's opened a door to conversation, and it's opened a door to ministry for me, which is huge. And number 3, I know it's been said before, but the community of people involved with this is incredible. I had no idea. I signed the dotted line, and I didn't know much. I just knew for less than $1,000 to start a business on my own time is what I needed. But the women, and the men and women that are part of this are world changers. They are doing things that are far bigger than they could do in any other vehicle. And to be a part of that, to be a part of people who want to do more with their lives is incredible. Like I said, I don't care about the material. I don't. What I want to do, what I want financial means for, is to have experiences and to help people. And I see people doing incredible things in this company to help people and to make world change. Life is short, and my message to anyone, my life message is, make your days count. If there's anything that gnaws inside of you that, you wonder, is there more to life than this? I ask the question so many times driving to and from work. If you ask yourself that question, I ask you to consider this opportunity, because there is more to life than what is sold to you, the package deal. I went to college. I was given this set of expectations. What does success look like? I had it. Did everything everyone ever told me. I had it. I climbed the ranks. I will tell you, I never want to look back. I will never go back. And I'm working my way back there, and I know that I'll far exceed what I left behind, and it's scary as hell to let it go. But I will tell you, the fear of being unhappy far outweighs the fear of letting go of what I left behind. I'll rebuild. The time that I got to spend with my brother-in-law, he passed away in March, is priceless. The relationship I have with my sister now is incredible. The relationship with my kids and my husband, I couldn't ask for more. So thank you for listening, and now I'm gonna turn it over to the amazing Natalie Flowers.
that. I'll say that till the end because I'm not in the